Welcome back to Signal Scope Market, where we strip away the sanitized headlines to expose the structural cracks in the global financial matrix. Gold has solidified its position above the $5,000 threshold, but while the mainstream financial press remains fixated on gold's safe haven status, a much more dangerous systemic event is unfolding in the silver market that is being ignored by the vast majority of investors. As of today, March 8, 2026, we have confirmed that a third U.S. THAAD radar installation has been neutralized in the Middle East. This is not merely a tactical military loss, it is a profound signal of a tightening industrial supply shock that is about to ripple through the global economy. These AN/TPY-2 radar systems are the eyes of the U.S. ballistic missile defense network, and they are incredibly silver intensive, requiring massive amounts of high-purity silver for their phased array antennas, internal waveguides, and high-precision electronic interconnects. When these units are destroyed, that silver isn't just lost. It is permanently vaporized in the heat of a high-intensity engagement, creating a structural drain on the world. It's already exhausted physical silver inventories that can never be recovered. We are watching a collision between the military-industrial complex's desperate, non-negotiable need for physical metal and a global supply chain that is already running on fumes. For years, the bullion banks have maintained the illusion of abundance by trading hundreds of paper ounces for every single physical ounce held in a vault. But the reality on the ground is that the inventory supporting those paper promises is effectively a ghost. As the Pentagon orders defense giants like Raytheon and Lockheed Martin to ramp up production to replace these blinded batteries, these companies are being forced to enter the spot market and compete for the same diminishing stockpiles of physical silver that are needed for AI data centers, next-generation semiconductors, and the global green energy transition. This is the definition of an industrial supply shock. Silver has ceased to be a simple commodity or a monetary hedge. It is becoming the industrial oxygen of the 21st century, and the military demand for high reliability electronics means that price is no longer a deterrent. It is merely a cost of survival for the defense sector. The banking establishment is currently trying to mask this reality by dumping massive volumes of paper shorts into the market at the 85 level, attempting to trigger stop losses and force retail investors to surrender their physical holdings. They are screaming no to the price discovery process because they know that if the price of silver accurately reflected the true scarcity of physical atoms, their fractional reserve system would face an immediate and total delivery default. But the charts are screaming go. We are seeing a 15-year technical-based breakout that points toward a parabolic move of historical proportions. History dictates that during systemic shocks, the gold-to-silver ratio doesn't just fluctuate, it implodes. In 1980, that ratio dropped to 15-1. And with gold holding at $5,000 today, the mathematical target for silver stands near $333 per ounce, with potential for an overshoot toward $400 as the paper market breaks. The bullion banks are using every regulatory tool available, overnight margin hikes, increased leverage costs, and exchange side suppression, to keep you from recognizing that the era of paper-backed wealth is nearing its end. If your wealth is currently stored as a number on a brokerage screen, you are essentially an unsecured creditor to an exchange that is running out of metal and out of time. The force majeure clauses in your silver ETFs are not just fine print. They are the trapdoor that the exchanges will pull the moment they realize they cannot fulfill their physical delivery obligations. They will settle your position in depreciating currency while the physical price of silver gaps to levels that will be entirely out of reach for those who stayed in the paper system. We are at a critical junction where the spot price is rapidly decoupling from the physical value of the metal. If you want to navigate this reset, you must understand that the quiet takeover of the global silver supply has ended, and the loud, chaotic collapse of the old monetary guard has begun. This isn't a speculative game. It is a fundamental shift in how the world ESS most strategic assets are being allocated and secured. If you found this breakdown useful and want to stay ahead of the structural data the exchanges are trying to hide, make sure to subscribe to Signal Scope Market and hit the bell icon. We are tracking the hidden inventory data that will define the winners and losers of this transition. Stay vigilant, verify the location of your physical assets, and I will see you in the next one.